The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Tyson Fury. And those comments are here. Tyson Fury told IFL TV, if for some reason Mark Breland will not be working with Deontay Wilder, then he will have a job with the Gypsy King. Tyson Fury went on to say, he's very good at what he does, and he's got the best interest of the fighter. I respect him. He's a Kronk fighter and a former world champion. And I do believe if it wasn't for Mark Breland, Wilder could be seriously injured today. He got a lot of criticism from his team, which I thought was very unfair and unjust because he saved his life, said Fury about Mark Breland throwing in the towel for Deontay Wilder. So my question is, what are your thoughts on that? And do you believe that Mark Breland will have a job with Tyson Fury if Deontay Wilder fires him? Let's start this one off with G.
Yo, you know, it's funny. The quote seems commendable. But to be honest, I just believe Tyson Fury is just doing it to be petty. And so who believe Tyson would actually hire Mark Breland and to have him in his corner during the fight. But I feel like it's just for psychological reasons, just to get at Deontay Wilder. And so I just feel like it isn't right. You know what I mean? But I do respect what Tyson Fury is saying, because we also repeat the same sentiments. Like, why would you let go the man that, you know, had your best interests at heart during that fight? He saved your life, you know? And so it just doesn't make sense coming from Tyson Fury. If it was anybody else, sure, why not? But because it's Tyson Fury, I just know it's all mind games. And Tyson Fury is doing that just to mess with Deontay Wilder.
True.
I'm with G. I think it's both, though. What he was saying with the mind games and being petty, I think some of that's that. But I also know that Tyson Fury has a good heart. And he don't like people seeing people get wronged. You know what I'm saying? And if he can help you out, he's going to help you out. And he felt like Mark Breland, being a Kronk fighter, you know, he trains at the Kronk gym. We got Sugar Hill with him. That was showing love right there to the Kronk. And he feels like, you know, this guy might be feeling wrong. So if he needs a job, I'm going to give him a job because he's a stand-up guy. And this is a guy that was trying to save your life. And you're going to try to throw him out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure that he's good. I'm going to take care of him. I think it's a little bit of both because Tyson Fury, we talked about it on an episode where he done looked out for Dillian. Poor Dillian. You know what I'm saying? So why not look out for poor Mark?
No, last segment, we should have said the hashtag damn Dillian. You know what I mean?
All right, Ned.
I feel like, if Mark Breland was to get fired by Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury picked him up, it'll be really commendable of Tyson Fury to do that, like, you know, to look out for someone who was wrong. But if Mark Breland was to join Tyson Fury, the third fight, Wilder's getting taken out on the stretcher. Like that's how your team's gonna let you go fight till you die, man. So that's how it's gonna be. That's the last time we're gonna see Wilder in the ring, I guess. So if it happens, shout out to Fury. I respect it. Like I ain't gonna hate on it. Like he's putting money in the man's pocket, and it's all good for boxing. It's good for Bomb Squad.
I don't respect it for the record.
Hey, look, man. Two things can be true at the same time. So one, he can believe that what Mark Breland did was commendable because I believe that. Mark Breland put his job, or should I say, Mark Breland did what was right over keeping his job. So he knew it was a possibility that he could get fired for throwing in the towel, but he still did it anyway because he believed it was the right thing to do. Deontay Wilder is on record saying, when he was commentating for one of the PBC fights, he said, if you throw in the towel, you're fired. Talking about his corner. And I watched the fight with Wilder and Fury several times. And Fury's beating on Wilder in that corner. And you have to understand, Wilder was in that corner because he had nothing left. Like, he was able to move around or whatever. It was his last stand. Well, it was probably his second to last stand. But the referee broke it up, and that's how Wilder was able to get away at that point because the towel got thrown in. But I'm telling you right now, that was the moment when Fury was going to kill him. Like, and I don't mean kill as in literally kill him, but that was the point where Wilder was going to fall to the floor. And someone who's been knocked out before knew it. Someone who's been in a ring before knew it.
It's seen death before in the ring. Knew it. There's people that's been killed in the corner like that. But go on, bro. But
you're right. And so what he saw was, if I don't stop this now, Wilder may never have another fight to stop. And credit to Wilder for all the things I say about Wilder. He took the beating. He didn't fall. He, I personally believe, but he took more of a beating than I ever expected him to. In taking that beating, Wilder kind of showed me he cares more about boxing than I actually thought. Because I never thought he'd be willing to take a beating like that. And Wilder took the beating. And there's one point in that stand where Fury's beating on Wilder, and Wilder threw a left hook in there. So, he was still fighting back, man. And so I know I give Wilder a lot of stuff, but I got
to build.
Huh?
Thank you, Kaden. I needed to hear that, man.
Nah, it's true. So,
it's real. And that's the
real
problem.
Right there. Coming from you, that means a lot. You know what I mean?
No, but that's the problem, though, bro. That's the problem, G. You feel me? Peep game. If the Wilder fans would just focus on that part to build their fighter up instead of coming with all these other glove situations and race situations and the wardrobe situation, you can have a better argument for your man coming back and being stronger and staying face. So that was actually dope what Kaden said, because it's actually the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And people did overlook the truth about the kid. You know what I mean? That he did show heart. He showed a lot of heart.
Yeah, my bad.
The excuses overdid that. You didn't hear nothing about his heart and how courageous, everything that Kaden just said, and this is supposed to be from a Wilder hater. He so-called hates Wilder so much, but he brings up the point that none of the Wildets brought up.
Thanks.
Just the excuses. Welcome to Boxing Bros.
Yeah. So he showed heart. He wasn't trying to. He could have fell. He could have did whatever to get out of the fight. He got up. And he took the beating. So regardless of how much you hate Wilder or what your opinion is on Wilder, he took the beating, and the fight had to be stopped with him on his feet. You got to give him that. And the towel was thrown in. So Mark Breland knew he was facing being fired by throwing in the towel, but his compassion for the fighter meant more to him than job security, right? And Wilder and his team threw him under the bus. And I do believe that Fury is a fighter. He's a compassionate guy. He speaks about how when he got with the cut man, his name's escaping me, the very popular cut man, what's his name?
Not Stitch.
Stitch Duran. Stitch told him, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to treat you like you was my son in there. And he was real with him. And he said, from that moment on, I felt real comfortable about the cut over my eye. And he sees that Breland cared enough about Wilder over his job security. I do believe he commends Breland over for that. And I do believe he thinks a man doesn't deserve to lose his job over that. And I do think that Fury in his mind is thinking, if that's the man that prevent me from hurting Wilder to the point where I couldn't live with myself, yeah, I'll hire him. But let's be real, there's some gamesmanship there too. Two things can be true at one time.
I truly believe that. Any other comments, fellas? This is the Boxing Bros. Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, please watch our podcast on all major streaming services. It's the Boxing Bros.
We bring the feeling like we're gonna fight ya.